if you were a true Spider-Man. Spider-Man, that would be an amazing bust.
Black Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah.
No. But so personally, I personally, because of the movies and the comics, I think Black Spider-Man's story is better than the regular
Venom's.
Spider-Man. Yeah.
Right. Welcome back, everyone, to Bricks Bros, where we build, break down, and venomize Lego.
And Carnage.
I guess Carnage, too. Well, my name is Atif.
I'm Kumail.
And today we'll be comparing, contrasting, and reviewing the Lego sets of Venom and Carnage. In anticipation of the new Venom movie, Let There Be Carnage, let's get into it. Alright, Kumail, I'm going to start off with the design of Venom. This is the one I built. Very cool, very nice, very sleek looking. The black is obviously black, well suited, looks really nice. That is the color of Venom. You have that really harsh or that striking contrast of the white in his eyes. And you have a little bit of other colors kind of, in play. You have red tongue really sticking out, protruding. You have some really crazy sharp teeth that are pretty impressive for a Lego. I thought they could have done a worse job on this. They did a really good job on the teeth for Venom. And you got some nice detailed pink to show gums, which is kind of weird, but I like it.
So for Carnage, I really like the whole sticker element that's going on. It really brings a lot of his symbiote nature out, because I know they're slimy and they're goopy, lots of veins everywhere. Symbiotes in general are really like slimy creatures. They're kind of like goop that can take shape. So these stickers really highlight that on his face. I thought that was a really good addition, although pretty annoying to build and have to stick them on and be perfect, right? Especially someone like me, I need everything to be straight, dead on. If it's not, I have to take it off, do it all over again.
Exactly.
The teeth look really nice. They are black, just like the inside of his mouth, so they kind of blend in with everything. It sometimes, you might be able to see on the camera, it looks like just one gaping hole right now, although he does have teeth. They are really similar to Venom's teeth, minus the cool tongue addition, which I thought was really nice in Venom.
Talk to me about comparing and contrasting these two helmets or these two busts. How are they similar? How are they different? Let's talk about what we like about each other.
So I think first of all, I'm going to bring some comparisons in. If you just look at the base model, the base shape of each head, they're identical. The only thing that changes are the colors, the stickers, and some features of the mouth where, you have the tongue, you have the drool in Venom. You don't have that in Carnage.
So Venom does not have stickers. Carnage does have stickers. Obviously pure, well, I would say 90% red. With 95% black here.
Yeah. So I think there's not a lot of variation going on in between, and I know especially in the comics, they do look really different. Yes. It would have been nice to see some differences in the way that it's designed in the actual structure of the face, but unfortunately they just do look really similar.
One thing that I would have liked to see was a little bit more, let's say, volume in the cheekbone, the jaw, the side of the head, the temple. It's very linearly cut off, almost like someone just took a knife and chiseled it right off the side. I would say this works for a Scout Trooper. This works a little bit for Boba Fett. Even then, you want a little bit of flaring coming out. But yeah, for Venom, I feel like he's got a big muscular neck, big noggin on him. I don't remember. In your mind, you don't remember it being so flat. I wish there was a little bit more width to it.
As you mentioned, those helmets, they're helmets, right? Yeah. They're not, it's not a facial structure. You don't have muscles and you don't have bones going on. Exactly. You have clear-cut lines. Yes. But here, these are both really strong creatures. You want to see some strong, defining structures in their face, right? That's what makes them what they are. And I just don't see it here. They just kind of look very I don't know, it looks really 2D from the side. Yeah. All right, so do you have anything else that you want to point out about Venom?
Yeah, so there's two things that really popped in my mind when it came to Venom. The tongue, it's too thin. It's like needle.
I can see that. It looks like...
if I remember, he doesn't have a needle. He has
it looks like a pencil.
It looks like a pencil. There's other things we can say it looks like. It's I wish there was a little more depth to it, or a little bit more just
More size.
More size, more volume. The other thing that it took me a hot minute to realize what they were referring to is some of the green detail you see both in his mouth and what I want to say is in his neck area. These translucent green Lego pieces that you see are supposed to represent the acidic, the venom,
the saliva
that he has on him that he spits out or drools out like a overgrown child. What the heck is it doing on his neck? That's just an awkward setup to me. I mean, like, geez.
It's coming out of like the bottom
it's
of his.
It's already out. It's like dangling off of his like.
And the funny thing is, it's actually not even connected to his face.
It's like sticking up.
Yeah, I think if they included that on the side of his jaw, maybe closer to his teeth, it would make more sense.
Yeah, but maybe people are like, that's weird. What the heck is that? So the one area that I'm okay with is you do see some in the mouth,
which makes sense.
Which is deeply hidden. But if you're really holding this Lego set, if you're examining it, you see it. It's a very cool detail that they've added. Mm-hmm. All right, Kumail, let's discuss one of the more positive aspects of this or these two Lego sets, which is their jaws. So yeah, they are identical, but this is a pretty awesome design for specifically the lower jaw.
If you look at both of them, both of their jaws, they represent what they're supposed to. They're supposed to represent a grueling monster,
disjointed,
like super menacing looking, and that's what they really brought out, especially with the size of the teeth and the way they're positioned on the jaw. It almost looks like it almost looks like a shark.
Yeah.
But it looks like, like something that's a predator, something that's out to hunt, right?
Yeah.
Something that's exactly the nature of the symbiote.
And they did an excellent job implementing that. Very famous to any illustrations of Venom or Carnage in the comics, with their jaw gaping wide open to the point where none of us normal humans can do it. Lego was able to brilliantly capture that in both these Lego sets. Yes, the jaw is double the size of the upper lip or whatever you want to call it.
Which makes complete sense.
But the way they engineered it, the way they designed it, an excellent implementation of that. Favorite thing about your set?
I think the favorite thing about my set will have to be his jaw. What's your favorite thing about the Venom set?
I like the eyes. It's not perfect, and we'll talk about this a little soon, but the contrast of black and white really does capture the essence and that iconic look of Venom. Okay, what's the worst thing about your set?
I think the worst thing about my set is just the overall shape of the head. As we mentioned, how it's structured and how it just looks like a cube almost. So what's the worst thing about your set?
I'm gonna have to stick with gooey, translucent, oozy, saliva, drool, whatever it may be. I am not fully versed in the Venom lore, so yeah, it left me scratching my head.
The liquid.
I think I could have done without it. How would you improve on this set?
I think I'd include more pieces in this set. There is a lot of room for improvement, especially like just in the structure. Just add more pieces to the side of his head, just so that it doesn't look as 2D. How would you improve your Venom set?
So one thing that I wish they did a little bit better job, which does not follow the iconic look of Venom, is his eye tends to go up a lot more, pretty much into, I would say, his temple or into his top of his head. That, I don't even want to say Nike type swoosh, but
the check mark.
The check mark, and then the anti-check mark, whatever it is, that shape is very pronounced. I feel like it's a little subtle here, and I do like it, but I feel like the eyes are a little subtle, where either maybe just with the inclusion of a sticker, they could have had the eye kind of taper off a little bit more higher into the head. Kumail, let's give a final word. Buy or no buy? Which one and why? If both, whatever.
So I built the Carnage. I did not build Venom, but I know that they're really similar.
Let's make one thing clear. After we compared notes, it's pretty much the build itself is 95-99%.
Yeah, so like if you're looking for something that's less difficulty or more difficulty, they're the same.
They're identical.
I will say I'd probably recommend Venom over Carnage, just because Venom doesn't have stickers. I don't like stickers. I think the jaw and the tongue of Venom and the inclusion of the green goop in his mouth, I think that just looks a lot more cooler. It's just more attention to detail, whereas in Venom, it's just the whole mouth is just black. And sometimes it can look like a gaping hole.
Carnage.
Carnage. The whole mouth is black, and it can just look like a gaping hole almost. So I'd recommend Venom over Carnage.
So I would say these are not my favorite busts from Lego so far, compared to some of the Star Wars one, the Infinity Gauntlet, some of the other Batman busts out there. I would not recommend to buy it unless you're a big Spider-Man or a Venom Carnage fan. If you are, it's kind of hard not to recommend and get both of them, to be honest. Just Venom on his own is cool, just Carnage on his own is cool, but together
it's kind of like a pair.
It's a pair.
It makes sense.
More fun, especially if you're displaying it somewhere in your office, your room, anywhere in the house. I think it would be a little bit better of a conversation piece, a little bit more nice to look at. All right, so that was our review of Carnage and Venom. Let us know what you think. Did you like this review? Did you agree with it? What would you like to see from Lego in these new lines of helmets, heads, busts, whatever you'd like to call them? Definitely Spider-Man and a lot more Star Wars for me. But until the next video, I'm Atif.
I'm Kumail.
Saying have a good one and keep on building.
Bye.